Hey guys, so we're going to do a reading. I'm going to go to the dark side today. Okay, now you know I have a couple readings up. I did one right before the trial began. Okay, and I told you guys it was going to be a big trial with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. You kind of knew that, but it's even bigger than I thought. I mean, it's YouTube after YouTube after YouTube. I mean, it's crazy, and so much. Even when I go on Facebook and the news and everything. Okay, it's a lot. It's even a little bigger than I thought it might be. Okay, but I really want to get that. So if you go to my current events, you can watch what I read. Now the first reading, I feel Johnny Depp can win this lawsuit. Things look really good for him to do so, but everything is just kind of, you never know if a monkey wrench could be thrown in the situation. You never know if something come out of left field and throw off a prediction. It happens, but so far I felt that some things were interesting. The most interesting part I felt of that reading is this: when I get to the card that really represent Johnny, feelings, emotions, attitude, things like that. Right when I was in the middle of, I'm not sure if he'll be able to gain his reputation though. When I turned over the card, it was the card gain, which in Thoth is also the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles even very often shows somebody kind of living their best life. They've got that self-love, that self-confidence, that sense of self-worth, and they're in a good position in life and everything. I'm very often single, so it could be either single man or woman. So he got the gain card right when I was in the middle of, God, I don't know if he can gain it back. That bam, and then the gain card popped up. So Spirit said, no, he will, and I'm gonna make sure he does. Okay, Spirit's like Spirit. I really feel Spirit wants the truth to come out about Johnny Depp. The man has suffered. Now he's no saint. Okay, in that read came up that the issue that was going to be his challenge, which was his opposing card to his innocence. He got the sun to represent his innocence. So I'll let you guys know, Spirit saying he's innocent, but his addiction problem. As she has an addiction too, I told you also. And those things have been coming in court, but they're not being talked about enough. I really would have liked to have seen his defense team, or I mean, yeah, his team, I should say. I would have liked to seen them talk a little more about her, and her addiction, just a little more. But maybe they just didn't want to go there. Maybe that's it. It doesn't almost matter, because the matter is, has this person defamed because of this article in the op-ed that when they were supposed to be silent, go separate ways. She just stoked the flames and just made a situation from bad to worse. He lost Fantastic Beasts within days after. We know the story so far. Okay, I don't want to rehash too many things, but if you want to check that read, I felt really good he can win this case. I do not know if he'll get the full 50 million though. I'm not sure. When they kind of said and done what they feel it's worth, I do not know. So, but 50 million would be the cost for him for at least a couple movies. I feel 50 million is a fair asking price, really, and that her countersuit is for 100 million. Now, okay, so and then the other one, kind of like looking at how he's doing, was the second read I did after some of his testimony coming out. I kind of, is he winning? Is he ahead? How's he doing? How's he looking? And there is a lot of good, positive. People are really empathizing with Johnny Depp. He seems like he's coming across as a straight shooter. His childhood past, certain things are making sense. That yes, he married his mother. Okay, and I can see that even as a spiritualist. I will speak from personal experience. Okay, a little bit here. And a lot of you can relate to certain things that are coming across here, but it's very easy to marry your mother or father. Okay. Now, I have never actually been married, but my relationships, my father had a drinking problem. Okay. And later, my parents divorced and everything like that. It was very hard to watch. I had to grow up with this. My mother stayed sober in the first, during that marriage, at least while I was there. But as soon as they divorced, she picked up a drinking problem. Okay. So then she married my stepfather. He was a horrible person. He was filth. And she was married to him about 5 years, and they both had a problem together. Okay. And then she ended up divorcing him, and then she definitely got on the wagon. So anyway, just to kind of make it short. So you can see I grew up with this problem. Now, I always said, I'm not going to be with someone with the drinking problem. Okay? I ain't going to do it. Okay? That's what we do. We try to. And this is where I say, with people, however unconsciously, though, we end up in a situation that we vowed we never would. Okay? And so, the father of my children in the relationship, I didn't know it right away, but, we spent our times when we were very young at clubs and going dancing and the party life. And the thing is, when it was time to have kids, be settled down, get house, and do all those things, he didn't want to stop the party, and there was a lot of other problems. And he was an alcoholic. He passed at 49 because he also got involved with other things as well. Okay, with the prescription pills, taking various things, mixing them, and it's a whole big story. Maybe one day I'll do a YouTube on it, but kind of kind of more personal one. But anyway, it's just like we say, I will never be with an alcoholic, and I walked right into it. Okay, here I am. I'm with my father. And everything, in some respects with the drinking problem. And then later, even with another, but went sober, did go sober, but had a drinking problem as well. Okay, here I go again. Okay, here I go again. Okay, so it's real easy to walk right in those shoes, and you say and you vow you won't do it. So I can see Johnny Depp probably said, I will never end up with my mother. And I feel like he's had some, his certain relationships. He had to contend with his own trying to numb himself. And he inevitably, because of unhealed trauma, walked right into his mother's arms. Okay, in this. And it also explains maybe why, when things were absolutely ridiculous, where a lot of people would run for the hills, he didn't go away right away. And stuff. But it looks like, apparently, according to the story, watching testimony, apparently when his mother died, he was in the room, with her deathbed, kids saying goodbye. When this woman died, that was it for him. And that's when he told Amber Heard, we're getting divorced. I think something in that connection, in that moment, if I connect with him on a spiritual level, him coming to a deep realization that all of this needs to die with her. Okay, including what I'm doing here in this marriage, being married to her. And I feel they probably tried to resolve certain things late in life. It feels like there probably there's some things that aren't completely closed that he will have to work on further. That's his journey. That's his journey, okay? But in that moment when she takes her last breath, that's when, pretty much he goes, I want a divorce. I'm out. Okay? And we can understand that. This is part of his journey. And even when I was doing the reading for him, I was getting the journey card from the Kipper. This is part of his journey. Okay? This is a big, he had a big soul contract. I would love to, if Johnny Depp if you ever want a soul contract reading with me, I would love to read for you. I wouldn't even charge you. I would just be honored to do it. I know he'll never see it, but I would be more than happy to give him a soul contract reading. I would really love to talk about some things here. But this is this is where he's taking back his power in this moment. And ever since then, it's been trying to reclaim pieces of that inner child and take back power for a long time. So anyway, okay, so I don't want to go too much in on that, but just want to kind of discuss that, kind of some of my feels here. Amber Heard, though, we're going to read on this. Now, she's supposed to testify on Tuesday, and so I'm going to do a little bit of a preview, how I feel some things may turn, and then we'll kind of look at after when she's all done, saying what she's got to say. Let's all keep an open mind to what she's going to say, okay? I know how many of you feel, but we still, would just, let's see what she has to say, right? But I'm kind of prepared. We've already heard a lot of tapes and everything. She's so concerned about her credibility. I was also very taken aback by the one tape where, she had already started in the press with this abuse, and he even sat with her And he said, this is initially on, I'm willing us to, sit down, write a letter together, just explain, hey, we were kind of heated, this, that. He really just wanted her to clear his name. And he was willing to say, I support her and I'm by her side as she's going through this process to help her so she would not look like the bad guy. He was willing, like if she came out and said, you know what, I did this stupid thing, I put this makeup on and walked out, I was real upset with him, that he would have backed her, and he could have had her support. People would have looked down on her, but you know what? The shit could have blown over after a little while, okay? But she was like, no, my credibility, my credibility. So we've got this whole big thing on tape here. That's incredibly damning. Okay, that he's having this conversation with her, and she's on my credibility, my credibility. Well, the credibility is really in the toilet now, isn't it? Okay, so this is the thing. Now, here comes let's spill the tea here. And let me take a sip of Merlot before I do this. Okay. All right. Apparently, as of today, Amber Heard fired her PR team. Yeah. Right before she's about to testify. And we're going to see if that's a good move. She's not happy with them because she's getting dragged in the media. She's getting dragged in social media. Okay, she's being dragged everywhere. Okay, and this is not their fault, really. I don't know what they could possibly do to make, this look better for her with all these tapes, and also Johnny Depp's very powerful and very much coming across very honest testimony. He's very chill. He's very mellow, and he does come across like he's really wounded. Okay, and I do always, yes, I'm going to put my thinking hat on. Yes, I know he's a really good actor, so I have to keep that in mind. But so far, the way everything's coming across with him, he seems genuine, right? But we've also got a lot of video, video. We've got a lot of audio, I should say, a lot of recordings to back up certain things. We've got a lot of witnesses saying, hey, after this incident happened, I saw her with no makeup on in the light, and there was no bruises. There was nothing. Okay, there's a lot of stuff here, okay, that is not looking good for her. So with this move here, so we're going to look at, she's about to testify, so she's coming up Tuesday. How is it going to change perception at all when she starts talking on the stand? Okay, now I've seen clips of her back when, there was the issue when he was suing the son. Okay, and I think it's funny that, remember I told you guys the son in tarot represents innocence, but yet he was suing the son, the ragmag. That's so funny. That's so funny. I don't know. He's innocent though. Anyway, so but looking at some of the snips and clips of her, when she was testifying, her behavior was very strange and bizarre. She was eating cookies and taking a bite right when they would ask her a serious question about if she hit him, abused him. Very much, what is going on here? Very strange behavior and everything. And I need to look at the Observe. Remember I mentioned Observe if you watch my other videos? The guy with the bald head, he's a sharp dresser and everything. And he's, he does the body language. He's done that on them, and he's real good. He's very fascinating. But let's kind of look at that. Now, I'm going to throw in an extra question, because this is something that is coming up in the press a lot. And there's a few little things that tea is once again being spilled. And that is Aquaman 2. Now, there is a petition on change.org. I looked at it today before I did this read. I looked at it a couple days ago. Now, this has been up since 2019, but once his trial hit, it picked up a momentum like you would not believe. Okay, it's kind of steady, but then, bam. Okay, ever since the trial. Okay, it has a request of 3 million signatures to remove her from Aquaman 2, which the movie is apparently already done. Okay, it's already done. It was set to be released in December, but now it's been pushed till March. They're probably like, let this trial blow over further. Okay. Now, the pressure was already on with Warner Brothers, and from what my understanding is, they made some statements that they're not going to let public pressure or fans dictate to them what to do. Well, maybe they're starting to pay attention here to the public, because that change.org just a few days ago hit 2 million, and right now, as I looked at it just a couple hours ago, was it at 2.9, almost 3 million, and it should be hitting 3 million tomorrow. So it looks like it is also set to be one of the, if not the biggest change.org petitions of all time. That is how many people want her out of Aquaman. They want her punished. Okay, now there is rumor, and this rumor is kind of spilled because of another publicist or something, a movie critic. She must have got a little bit of earful, because I think there had been some critics got a little bit of a preview recently, but she said, and her name I believe is Gloria Randolph, hopefully I've got that right, is that apparently Amber Heard's role in what she saw and or what she's understanding has been cut to about 10 minutes. So where she had a pretty big role, with Aquaman's love interest, has been cut to about 10 minutes. But that's still kind of rumored. But the one thing I will do a quick reading on, I don't want to spend too much time on it. I really want to focus on her in the trial, her effectiveness, and even if this PR move is a switch is a good one. Okay, which makes me wonder, are they going to start throwing dirt about Johnny all over social media? Is there going to be a change, with something? But yeah, we'll go ahead and look at that. If that is true, that there is some serious edits, or could they potentially edit her out of the film? And so, does Warner Brothers, are they paying attention to the fans? Because Aquaman apparently, if I understand what the DC franchise, is the most expensive film to date, Aquaman 2. They put a lot of money. And there's all kinds of petitions that they're talking about, that like not, watching Aquaman and stuff like that. Just whatever, just boycott. That's the word I'm looking for. There are some people like saying boycott Aquaman 2. You're going to keep Amber Heard in, but you got rid of Johnny Depp with Fantastic Beasts. Okay? You're going to keep her in after all this stuff is coming out. We're just not going to see Aquaman. And see, if they lose money on something they spent a lot of money on, okay, that would teach them. That would teach them, wouldn't it? It's like, no, you make money. We're the ones who pay the tickets, guys. And you say you're not going to cower to fan pressure. You need to listen to the fans. Because when that thing comes out, if it doesn't make any damn money, you lose. Okay? So we'll see. But let's go ahead and look at that. So lots to unpack. Sorry I talked so long. But I did just want to prep you on, a couple things here that are going on. I'm going to be very shiny. I'm going to be very shiny today and stuff. So let's go ahead and look at that. So first one, we're going to look at the trial. How's it going to go for her? How's it going to go? So it looks like Tuesday. She should be, unless there is a change on that, she's supposed to testify. That's what we're waiting for. Okay, that's what we're waiting for. And just expect, now remember the opening statements, they were claiming, what was it, a beating of 3 days and some SA with a bottle. There's some claims that has never been said before. Wait a minute, where's all this coming from? This is new. Okay, so let's kind of go ahead and see. How will she do testifying? And one thing, no matter what she says, will it change public perception? Or, and also I do want to look at, but especially the jury, that's the main one. Well, I wouldn't even say the main one, because public perception, really, Johnny Depp being able to, get his career back and everything, that's almost bigger than this. For him to be able to get back to his job. But I hope these studios are paying attention to the fans on social media, because they do support him. But let's see. Yeah, no matter what, I'm gonna read the cards as they come. Okay, whether I like her or not, whatever Spirit says, right? is there karma coming? All right, Amber Heard, how's it going to go with her testimony? It looks like it's set to start Tuesday. Let's go ahead and see. What do we get here? Okay, so we've got the Princess of Swords. That is about news or communication. Okay, and so of course a lot of things is she's going to be giving her kind of side of the story and so forth, the kind of news and everything like that. So let's kind of go ahead and look at that. Lots of information is coming in. There you go. Now this one, we've got the Three of Pentacles. We've got the Works card. Now what did I just tell you guys? Her PR team. She's got a brand new PR team. Okay, this is a teamwork card. This is a teamwork card. It's an opposition. They're very concerned, actually, how she's going to do on the stand. That this is their job to try to make her look good. Now, obviously, they're not the attorneys and all that, but, you could say the attorneys are part of this Works, this team, that they're going to try to turn all this around and everything. So you could say, we've got her, that she's going to testify, PR team, as well as, obviously, her attorneys and stuff, all working together, Works card, to try to turn this around. Okay, by bringing certain information in here. So I feel one of the things that they want to do, just kind of tune in and what Spirit's kind of whisper in your ear, is they want to shock the jury with some things, certain things to come out, just to kind of shock them and throw them off guard, and really make this that she just suffered horrifically. Okay, so be prepared for that. And I feel there may be maybe some bots getting in there, some various things popping up on social media that are going to be kind of weird with this new PR team. Okay, so let's kind of go ahead and look and see what's going on. Okay, couple things. So obviously she's going to talk about the relationship, the Two of Cups. So she's probably going to talk about, I loved him, this and that, that kind of thing. Obviously we're going to talk about the ending, the drama, the divorce, and the death of the situation, and so forth. Now we've also got the Six of Swords in here. Now this card for me is a little bit different here in the thought. Another meaning it can be. This is called science. Okay, a science. And then let's go ahead and look a little bit there. And then we've got the Seven of Wands, which is going to be her attorneys. Seven of Wands can represent attorneys for me in a court read. Now, so one of the things I feel she's going to try to bring in here, and I feel the attorneys are going to try to bring in here, is, some of the things with maybe some pictures and little bits of their own, what they would deem as their evidence, their own little forensics to try to back up her story and so forth. That certain little things that they're going to try to do to make this story sit and everything. Obviously, that, she had bruises, she had this, that, and I'm sure there's going to be certain witnesses for her. They're going to try to, stand up for her. We should probably see some of that and everything. And let's go ahead and look at that. And yeah, she's going to try to come across. It is a very soft Queen of Cups kind of energy here. Okay, she's going to try to come across in that, very sensitive, loving kind of energy, that this is the real her. Okay, so be prepared for that. So let's go ahead and look. But you know what? She's worried. She's worried. Now, this is the Five of Pentacles cards, which also can be that I could take a loss of money. And not just the money, though, but even a whole lot. A loss of money, not just even in this court, but in career. Okay, I feel she's worried about Aquaman. I feel she is aware they're looking at making some changes, because this film this film is one of the most expensive. I believe this is the most expensive DC one. Okay, is what it is. She's very worried about that, losing money herself and being impacted because of this trial and everything. Now the Wheel of Fortune is popping up in there. Now what this makes me feel, though, because it's like, wait a minute, what's the Wheel of Fortune? I feel she has been lucky so far. Okay, it just seems like, how is it that Johnny Depp has done the suffering, right? Okay, and everything, but then she gets Aquaman too. That she lands these big roles. and stuff, or a big role, I should say, not necessarily big roles, that she somehow lucked out as she started trying to rise while she kicked him down. Okay, that's one of the things. But I look at that, the happiness card. The happiness card. She was going on and being happy and stuff. And everything, going on, living her best life, with until this comes in. But we got this worry popping up in there. So one of the things about that, but let's go ahead and see how everything's going to go here. There we go, the strife. Here comes the conflict, though, with that Wheel of Fortune that comes in opposition and everything. And then the happiness, power. She wanted power over Johnny Depp. It made her happy to have power over him, to have that control. Okay, this is what really made her happy. Okay, so let's kind of go ahead. And I feel that his team is going to be able to kind of show some of that. Oh, Amber. Look at the card at the crown. It's not going to go good, though, guys. This is what we want to see, for those who are Johnny Depp and believe Johnny Depp is in the right here. She's got the defeat card. Okay, so it looks like the defeat card is at the crown, that no matter what she kind of does, whatever thing she spins, like certain things, when they're trying to show evidence to support her claims, it's not going to go as well as she'd like. And I have a feeling the PR team, working on this, I mean, what can they do within a couple days? You're talking about these guys just took over. They literally just got fired this weekend. Okay, and she's got a new team. What can they possibly do to fix this? I mean, it's stuff. But yeah, look at that. Public perception. And that's one of the things you want to look at. How is the jury going to see her? She's got the devil card, guys. She's got the devil card. Now, one of the things also with the devil card, I should also elaborate as a devil chase lovers, that they're going to see, I feel the jury is wise enough to know there was a lot of toxic things about the union. Them coming together was like oil and vinegar. They were just so, they don't mix. They shouldn't be together. They're very toxic. Okay, but she does get the devil card in their perception. So how's she going to be feeling in emotion? The moon. She's really fearing the unknown right now. A lot of subconscious emotions and everything like that are really being stirred up. And so facing that and everything, she's very confused. But she's got that strength card. That strength card. She's, and this is one of the things, is she can put on a good, face and everything, with that, to try to keep her composure. But no, she's very worried. She doesn't necessarily notice, though, in those courts, she doesn't show her fear. Okay, so she's good about putting on a face there. So let's go ahead and look. That one popped out. That really popped out. And stuff. And then we got the Prince of Wands. Let's pop up. Crossroads here. Crossroads. Yeah, I think some things may come up, just like what I was talking about, that there were times Johnny Depp really tried to kind of work something out with her to let's fix this in the public. Let's not keep going with this. I feel that's going to be an issue. Stuff, especially when he really tried to talk to her, and she's just talking about, no, my credibility and stuff. Now, in the hopes and fears position, I would say this is a fear that Johnny Depp has a victory, and then a hope that she has the victory. Okay? So, but that's not the outcome. That is not the outcome part. That's the outcome part. Oh. Oh, Lord. Okay. So, if you want to do good on the stand and you want to save yourself, okay, if you want to save yourself with your testimony, because of, Johnny Depp going on the stand and everything, I had to gasp and I gasped and laughed at the same time. So whatever that noise is that came out of my throat, but the outcome is the Tower. That's not the card you want to have, okay? It's a card for Johnny Depp fans you want to see for her. But it's not the card she would want to have, especially with defeat at the crown. Okay, she's hoping she can have a victory. Remember what I said, that's the hope and fear card. Okay, she doesn't want Johnny to have a victory. She wants a victory. But it looks like the Tower. I have a feeling it's going to be a disaster. Okay, it's going to be a disaster. And it's almost like maybe it's better if she didn't take the stand. Maybe it's better just to not say anything. Which I know a lot of jury would be like, well, I want to hear her side, but I have a feeling when she starts opening her mouth and she starts getting tripped up on things, it's not going to do very well. It's not going to do any well. If you're wanting to reclaim, your reputation or certain things, the tower is not what you want to end with. It's going to be a disaster. Okay, she really, she has to be regretting doing that op-ed. She has to be regretting it, especially the way social media has been really vocal on it. Okay, with this trial, this is a huge trial, guys, and I told you guys it's going to be big. Let's go and look at a little bit of Lenormand for. I'm telling you. Okay, so the first two cards of the Lenormand I pulled are the Lady to represent Amber and the Snake. Okay, so the question is, of course, I am focusing on how is she going to look to the jury, which we also even got the Devil, kind of looking at that. But I do want to also acknowledge that I do believe the jury is also looking that Johnny Depp's a little toxic, but it doesn't mean he's an abuser. Okay, but they can look at that. But they're seeing the deception there. Okay, the Snake. Okay, so they're not feeling too good about her. And when she begins to open her mouth, that I feel that's just going to be the nail in the coffin here. And I wonder if I'll get the coffin card after I say that. I may, in the sense that when she opens her mouth, that's going to seal the deal. And so we've got the book popping up in there. So see, one of the things about that, you could kind of keep it closed with the book, but then the pages open and certain things are revealed. So one of the things is there's going to be definitely some revelations, but there's going to be a lot of crap. Okay, so let's kind of go ahead and look here. So this is very interesting, and I've showed this, guys, to you before. This is a gentleman card, but notice the ship. And what is one of the things I told you when I see this card, at least in this relevance, the Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay, so we've got the gentleman to represent Johnny Depp. This is a big issue. Pirates of the Caribbean, losing that one was a big one, as well as Fantastic Beasts, of course, as well. Those things to be, brought up, and everything. But there's going to be a lot of talk and everything about, the love, that she loved him and all that stuff. I believe she will say those things as well. And that's one thing they will say and so forth. But a lot of it, we've also got the moon and stuff, so I really feel like that the jury has to really use their intuition during this time, of course. So really kind of looking at it, next to the Lady is the Snake. We've got the Devil popping up in here, the Tower. It's going to be a disaster. It's going to, and switching PR, I will tell you, it actually makes her look worse. It shows a desperation to the public. Like once this news gets out, that because PR is obviously your press, trying to make you look good, manipulate, get you, all that stuff, public image. Okay, that are you trying to make yourself look better for the public? Trying to manipulate us, change our view, of what we're seeing here. It looks desperate. Okay, it looks desperate. So this actually, just her making that move, a move to try to make her look better, actually makes her look 10 times worse, because it looks like she's trying to figure out a way to change perception of the public, which really to me is just another way of trying to deceive the public by making her look better than she is. Okay, so but doing this right before she's about to testify, this really shows something that it makes her look worse. It really does. It makes her look worse. But yeah, with the Tower and the Defeat card popping up at the crown, that when all is said and done, it's not going to save her and stuff. She's going to stumble over things. It's going to be hard to act her way through this. Okay, so far it looks good. It's going to be a disaster. Mark my words on this. We'll see how it goes. Except, but I don't feel that she can turn this around with it. Also, because one, the truth is coming out. I feel Spirit wants the truth out. That's one thing. Spirit wants the truth out. This is a horrible thing. And stuff. Johnny Depp, he's trying to get it out there. This is part of him, getting his life back together. He's trying to do that and everything. And I feel he's handled it to the best of his ability. So, but yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so we're gonna go to read 2. I'm just gonna take a quick look, just kind of, unless you never know, Spirit takes over, but we're gonna look at Aquaman 2. Are they going to cut scenes? Are they going to wipe her out? Is Warner Brothers looking at this change org? Are they looking at what people are saying, the hashtags, the boycott Aquaman 2? And also, if they don't completely remove her, we'll kind of look at that too. Are they going to lose money? Okay, because if they don't kind of cower to public pressure, which they're saying they don't want to do, well, they could lose a lot of money. Okay, and let me look at that real fast, just for the curiosity. How much should it? Let's just Google that real quick. I should be in here. How much did it cost to make Aquaman 2? Okay, so there, I don't think they're saying the whole thing in here, but it is, so we don't have the numbers quite yet. Oh, wait here. No, he's, yeah, it looks like they don't have the whole budget thing, yet out there. But they are saying it's supposed to be the biggest that they spent money on, and that is true. Yeah, here it is. Just real quick. Aquaman 2 trumps every upcoming DC film to have the biggest budget. Oh, okay, about 300 million. There it is. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, that's talking about Justice League. Excuse me. Let me see if I can find it. Come on, show me the money. So I can get on with my read here. I'm trying to find it. No, Justice League was 300 million. Okay. And Warner Brothers is planning, or was, this is in the past article, planning to expand Aquaman's 2 capital by 33%, which would exceed. So probably, I guess you could say 33% higher than 300 million, whatever that is. Okay, so we're spending quite a bit that they spent money on and stuff. That, so obviously if you invest, let's just say 400 million, you want to make money. Oh, I do want to show you something though. How much has Fantastic Beasts 3 made? So it looks like, Fantastic Beasts, remember, Johnny Depp was removed from that. It's made about 280 million worldwide. That's not a lot of money, guys. Okay, I want you to think of how much it costs to make that money. It's not doing very well. And some of it could be because of, Johnny Depp and everything, and kicking him out and stuff. And it's suffering. It's suffering. Okay, so let's kind of look at it. Aquaman 2, let's do a quick read on it. For those curious, will Amber Heard be cut or just reduced to 10 minutes? Is this lady telling the truth? Because this so far is one person saying it, which has also generated many articles. So maybe they're a legit source. Are they going to take her out? But I mean, it kind of ruins the movie if there's no girlfriend. I know they can superimpose someone on her face, but that could cost a lot of money. Will they lose money? And we're just going to do a short one for this one. But she's going to have a hard time getting roles after this one. Okay, card fell. Okay, so the Ten of Cups is popping up in here. That can be like, that can represent family and so forth. So I feel like, one of the things, these superhero films, they really try to gear them toward the family, get the whole family involved in them and things like that. They want to be good, wholesome superhero type of things and so forth. So that's really who they're appealing to. And I feel that there was even some situations that were popping up in here with the Eight of Cups that some people had threatened to even walk away from this project. I will have to Google and do a little search on that. But I got a walking away card. Some people may have threatened when this thing with Amber was there going on and so forth. So let's kind of look at that. Oh, damn. Okay, so, where they should be celebrating everything, the success and so forth, I feel they have been ignoring the public with the Four of Cups. Like, people kind of make an offer here, like giving their input in things on how they feel about Amber Heard, that they've been pushing it off. But if they continue to do that, remember, it's not said and done yet. The Ruin card, okay? This is going to be a serious problem if they don't do something about Amber Heard. In a sense, this could be a very heavily boycotted film. Okay, the Ruin card is lingering over the Aquaman project because of what is going on. It's not good and stuff. This has created a controversy which is really, really dark and stuff because of, and then we've got the futility card. Okay, the Seven of Swords and everything is just kind of popping up in here, which with is just her sneaky behavior, her thieving, her lying, things that are kind of popping up in here. So let's kind of go ahead. But the Ace of Swords, they are thinking about doing something, what's right and everything to be able to handle the situation and try to fix it. But there it is, the completion card. The film is completed. What the frick do we do? Okay, so let's go ahead and look at that. Because the film is complete. That's the thing. It's been done. And so forth. Let's gotta go ahead and look at that. Now, we do have the Queen of Swords popping up in here. And I feel that that's the way they're kind of looking at Amber. She's kind of got brutal. There's still some unknowns with the moon. Okay, we've got that. And we've got this Virtue card popping up in here. Okay, and with that, I feel that really makes me feel the way they're seeing that Johnny seems to be coming across innocent, honest in this situation and so forth. But the Emperor is popping up in here, the leaders. That kind of represents Warner Brothers and everything, trying to take charge of this situation. Let's go ahead and see here. The love card pops in there. They want a love interest with Aquaman. They don't want to totally take her out. They got to have somebody in there and so forth. And it's very interesting. Two queens are popping up. Something's going on here. Because there's another Queen of Cups, or there's a Queen of Cups popping up in here. And look at that. And this is perfect for Aquaman, the Prince of Cups. It kind of could be Aquaman, couldn't it? The guy of the sea. Except, I do notice two queens popping up in here. I've got the Queen of Swords, and I've also got the Queen of Cups popping up. Okay, and the Queen of Cups also, the water counterpart of Aquaman. There's something secretive going on that they're not letting anybody know. Not even Amber Heard knows. The High Priestess is being secretive. It is possible they're looking for a way to do something here to switch women and stuff. Knight of Swords, though, Amber is really worried about it. She's very depressed about this. She does not like this, as everybody hates her character and stuff. There is a possibility, as I have two queens popping up in here, they may do something to fix these scenes. And I feel one of the things they're looking at the trial, how it's going. Okay, now they don't want to admit to caving to public pressure, but I do kind of notice that something is popping up in there. Okay, that Aquaman, that his counterpart, and it's kind of funny, we got the water, that they're thinking about someone different. Okay, because she's showing us the Queen of Swords, but she's kind of coming across brutal, in the media and so forth, just like a ferocious, which the Queen of Swords can be. And also sometimes the Queen of Swords can be gossipy. She can be known for gossip, so that's why I'm going to point that is her card and so forth. But there does seem to be another female popping up in here, a second queen, which makes me feel there is a potential to bring in another person and do a little bit of magic to do something about this role because of the pressure. Because this is the thing, that Ruin card is there. If they don't do something, if they end up just, we'll keep her in for 10 minutes, that ruins the whole romantic entire role, right? They're thinking about it. They're paying attention to what's going on, but they're looking at a loss of money. If they keep her in it, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose a lot of money. And so it could be one of the biggest disasters of all time. And so, see, we've got that fox. You know, that little sneaky, my fox is sneaky. Well, let's go ahead and look at that. Yeah, they're just very guarded right now. But there is some hope there that they're going to make a change here. That they're going to be making a change. So obviously they can't tell her to quit. They can't tell her to walk away now. I feel some people have threatened to kind of walk off certain things at certain points through the history of making this film. They did not like, there's some things, there's already some conflict there. But there is definitely a situation there that they're considering. They've got their eye on another female in some way. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so there does seem to be something happening. Now, I feel any kind of final decision, I feel they're going to wait until the court case ends. If something happens where Johnny Depp wins his case, then I feel they're going to take action. Now, if he doesn't win his case, then I feel they'll still cut her down at least. Okay, I feel they want to be, my kind of perception to it again, I feel they want to be very careful to make a move, which is kind of sad because, you know, people weren't careful with Johnny Depp when they removed him from Fantastic Beasts, okay? But I feel they want to be very careful to make a move with Amber and wait till the court case is over before they start chopping a lot of stuff with Aquaman too, okay? That way, when the court's over, they're looking to see, will Johnny win? Which I feel he will. I feel when all is said and done, looking especially at what is coming with her testimony with the tower and the defeat card, that's not on her side. Okay, that's not on her side. And so she's been fortunate. Remember the Wheel of Fortune? She had been being happy and stuff. But then here it comes. Okay, here comes this case. So once it's over, I feel that's when we'll see some kind of decision or announcement from Warner Brothers. Unless he loses. But I don't think he's going to lose. I feel he's going to win. So let's just go ahead and say after the case, that's when we're going to see something happen and stuff with this. Either, you know, but they do seem to have their eye in secret. They're being very secret. High Priestess can represent, I'm keeping things kind of secret. Okay, next to this other Queen of Cups. And remember, we talked about Wada, Aquaman, and this, I forgot her name, Mira, I think is her character, and stuff. But I feel, you know, and in the end, you know, we've got Aquaman. Aquaman will go, but if they don't make change, though, yes. You know, like if I was going to sit with that director and everything and be like, look, you got the ruin card, dude. If you don't do something about this character in this movie, you're going to lose a lot of money. There's going to be people who will not go see it. Okay? Just on principle. Just on the principle of the matter. Okay? So it's going to be a big thing. So wait for, I feel we'll get more news of that when the trial comes to an end. All right, let's go ahead and check it out and watch this testimony.